I'm Heidi from Healing Harvest Homestead, and this is a place where you can find all kinds of information about natural and self-reliant, healthy living. And today we're going to go ahead and talk about what to do with too many eggs. I recently had to go on a trip, on an emergency for my children, and I was gone for about 2.5 weeks out of the blue. And when I came home, I had literally about 7 dozen eggs that I had to do something with. And luckily it's fall, and one of the problems with having chickens is that by wintertime, when the days get shorter, well, the chickens stop laying, or they slow down, and you don't get enough eggs, or at least you don't get as much as you're used to. So I have discovered it's a really good idea to put away and preserve some eggs for the winter months when the chickens aren't, they're resting. Their bodies are taking a little rest in order to get them ready for the next spring and summer when they'll start laying daily again. So what I like to do is freeze them. Yes, you can freeze eggs. There's a few different ways you can do it. I have an article on my website, healingharvesthomestead.com, that I'll link to below, and it explains some different things you can do to freeze eggs. But what I'm going to show you here today is just how to freeze eggs in a bag, because that's the simplest, easy thing for me right now. So I've got my bowl of eggs here, and I actually got started and I thought, oh, I should film this for my channel and my people who watch me on YouTube. So what you do is you just go ahead and crack your eggs in. You can decide how many you want to freeze, or because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be freezing them, but how many you want in your bags at a time. So I'm choosing 6, just because 6 eggs, it makes a nice omelet for 2 people, or even 3 people. And basically it's just an easy number to work with. It's a half a dozen eggs. Oop, there's a feather. So that's 3, here's 4, and here's 5, and here's 6. All right, then I add a little pinch of salt. This over here is some herbal salt. It's my basil finishing salt, and it's really good. So when I label these, I'll be labeling the fact that they've got a little bit of savory spice in them. And then you want to just go ahead and mix them up really good. Make sure all the yolks are broken. Although on my website, if you want whole eggs, you can find out a way to preserve whole eggs as well. And once it's all mixed up, you take a bag and you simply pour the mixture into a bag. Leave a little hole so you can push out the air. It must have left a tiny hole because this is taking a few seconds to get out of there. All right. And then what I'm going to do is label these with the amount of eggs that are in here. Also the kind of eggs, because we have turkey eggs back here I need to work with too. So I'll be freezing some turkey eggs as well. And the date. As to when I went ahead and froze them, and that way I know that these are going to be good for so many months in the freezer. Honestly, probably pretty indefinitely, but usually we do end up using up any frozen eggs over the winter time. You just take them out, you defrost them, and you use them just like you normally would. Super easy, super convenient, and a nice way to preserve any eggs that you have if you have too many of them. Also, with the eggshells, I just want to mention, don't throw away your eggshells. There are so many things you can do with them that are good for you and your house and your garden and your family. So I'll try to remember, but I'll also link to an article I wrote about all the different ways you can use your eggshells. Also, one of the things you can do with your eggshells is make calcium powder. The calcium powder that we need for healthy bones is actually the same kind of calcium that's found in chicken eggs. So yes, you can make your own calcium powder from chicken eggs, and I will try to remember to link that to that article too. Anyway, join me on Facebook. It's Practical Herbs with Heidi is my private group if you want to join up with that group and learn about herbs. If you just like homestead stuff, Healing Harvest Homestead on Facebook. Subscribe to my newsletter. I'll link that below too. I usually do a nice newsletter every week with information and what's going on here on our little homestead farm, and it's fun stuff. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.